Last question. Looking up a stat, I don't know if you know this or not. You probably do, knowing you, because you don't miss much. Caitlin Clark has personally received 17% of the flagrant fouls called. Literally, she's been fouled on flagrant fouls. 17% of them have been against her personally. We spoke about the Cheryl Swoop situation. We've spoke about the numbers, the ratings. We've spoken about the resentment that Caitlin Clark has been receiving, not by most, not by all, but by...
Caitlin Clark didn't just face competition in her rookie season, she faced something far more intense. It was a clear message: she was being targeted. In fact, Clark was personally responsible for 177% of the flagrant fouls in the WNBA. Yes, you heard that right, more than 100% of flagrant fouls in the league were committed against her. This isn't just a statistic, it's a glaring example of the kind of treatment she endured on the court. We've already talked about her amazing performances, the sky-high ratings, and the jealousy some people directed her way, not from everyone, but from a select few. For Clark, it wasn't just about competing, it was about surviving the most brutal and dirty plays in basketball. From blindsided hits to being poked.
That's got to be pretty tough, I would think, on Caitlin to just really. It's not a virtue of Caitlin's. She's competitive and she wants it now, and that's what makes her great. Foul. That is her second. Put Caitlin Clark to the stripe.
In the face, she became the target of some of the roughest moves in WNBA history. But here's the thing: Clark never backed down. In Los Angeles, things got physical, but instead of breaking her, it only fueled her fierce competitive spirit. It was a true test of her mental strength and determination. No one could deny her talent, and she wasn't about to let anyone intimidate her into silence. It wasn't just about the physicality, though. It was about something deeper: a rookie, who came into the league as a sensation, being targeted in an effort to break her. The numbers don't lie. Caitlin Clark wasn't just another player, she was a phenomenon. She was pulling in unprecedented ratings, driving
on Sammy Whitcomb. Seconds left. Okay, drives baseline and shot by Izzy Magbatuna.
More people to watch the WNBA than ever before, but not everyone was happy about the attention she was getting. For some of the league's veterans, it was too much to handle. Instead of celebrating the spotlight Clark was bringing to the game, they resented it. Instead of embracing her success, they tried to bring her down. Now, the Indiana Fever have made sure that Caitlin Clark won't face that kind of physical abuse anymore. The team has made a bold move by retooling their roster, bringing in reinforcements that will send a message across the league. This season, Clark has a squad around her that's not just focused on scoring and defense, but on protecting her from anyone who dares to take a cheap shot. Imagine Caitlin Clark running the offense, but this time, she has teammates who've got her back. Players who are not only tough but ready to make any opponent think twice before trying to take her down with an elbow or late hit. The Fever's new recruits bring size, strength, and a no-nonsense attitude that will hold any would-be aggressors accountable. Last season, the WNBA allowed things to slide because Clark didn't have enforcers on her team. There was no one there to back her up when things got rough. But that's all changed. The Fever have made major moves to beef up their defensive strength and physicality, ensuring that if anyone tests Clark this year, there will be consequences. Let's pause for a moment and think about this. Caitlin Clark was personally targeted by 177% of all flagrant fouls in the league last season. One player
She's trying to she got it right in the face.
Facing that level of aggression isn't just about tough defense or rookie initiation. It's targeted, calculated, and designed to wear her down. And what did the league do about it? Nothing. No suspensions, no changes to rules, no major discussions about player safety. The Fever's front office stayed silent, the referees looked the other way, and even the media brushed it off. If it had been any other star player, there would have been outrage, but because it was Caitlin Clark, who came into the league as a rookie and quickly became the face of the WNBA, she was left to defend herself. But this season, it's a whole new ballgame. Caitlin Clark has earned her place as one of the most exciting and dominant forces in basketball today. She's breaking records, selling merchandise like crazy, and making fans care about the WNBA in a way they never have before. This is her time to shine, and nothing is going to stand in her way. With the league finally starting to notice her, Clark's impact is undeniable. The WNBA is no longer overlooked, underpaid, or underappreciated. Thanks to Caitlin Clark, the narrative has completely shifted, and the world is finally taking notice. The buzz around women's basketball is louder than ever. Networks are paying attention, ticket prices are climbing, and the conversation about the WNBA has reached a new level. Yet, instead of celebrating Caitlin Clark's monumental impact, some tried to bring her down. Veteran players took physical shots at her, frustrated by her rise. But here's the thing, despite all the aggression, Caitlin Clark's star has only grown brighter. The more they targeted her, the bigger she became. As they tried to undermine her, the fans rallied behind her, showing that Caitlin Clark is the WNBA's golden ticket. No amount of cheap shots can take that away. Now, let's talk about Indiana. Last season, there were moments—
That was it, you guys. That was all she had to say about Indiana. It doesn't even make any sense. Like, not even a nod to Caitlin Clark, not even saying like, Caitlin Clark's playing well, or Caitlin Clark's leading the team. I don't even, like, you don't even have to be that complimentary, but leaving her out completely when she is the #1 component of that Indiana Fever team and has also been playing a lot better post this Olympic break than she was before, to completely leave her out, it's
when it felt like the WNBA didn't truly recognize Caitlin Clark's importance. Some didn't even mention her despite the fact that she was leading the Indiana Fever and playing at an incredibly high level post-Olympic break. Leaving her out of the conversation didn't make sense. Clark had faced adversity, taken the hits, and bounced back stronger. But this season? She's coming back with a vengeance, and she's not alone anymore. The Fever have made key upgrades to their roster, ensuring Clark now has the support she didn't have last year. The team is stepping up where the league failed to protect her, taking matters into their own hands. Players like Lexi Hull have been lighting up the scoreboard, Kelsey Mitchell has been unstoppable, and Aaliyah Boston nearly posted a triple-double. If Indiana keeps playing like this, they're only going to climb the standings. Yet, there are still some who overlook Clark's contributions. Despite being the cornerstone of the Fever's success, she continues to be left out of certain conversations. But any team that targeted her last season? They've got a problem on their hands. The Fever, led by Caitlin Clark, are scarier than ever. Clark's rookie season was historic, no doubt. After the Olympic break, her game reached an elite level. She averaged 23 points per game and shattered multiple WNBA records. On July 17, she set a new record for the most assists in a single game with 19 and became the first rookie in WNBA and Fever history to record a triple-double. She finished the season with 232 assists, breaking a rookie record that had stood since 1998. She also set a new record for the most three-pointers made in a rookie season and tied the WNBA record for the most games with at least 25 points and 10 assists, accomplishing that feat 5 times. It's no wonder her games are drawing NBA-level viewership and breaking records across the board. But Caitlin Clark's influence isn't confined to the court. Her jersey and merchandise have become top sellers, contributing about 13% of the league's total revenue. Indiana Fever ticket sales have surged by 182%. This is the Caitlin Clark effect, and it's undeniable still. Despite all these impressive results, the WNBA ended the 2024 season with a $40 million loss. It's a shocking number, especially considering Clark's influence. Why didn't the league fully capitalize on her marketability? It's a question worth asking, and some believe it's tied to the political climate. Caitlin Clark is white, and let's face it, these days, it's not always easy to be in the spotlight when you fit that description. But talent is talent, and Clark's influence cannot be ignored. Recognizing the need for experienced leadership to harness Clark's extraordinary talent, the Fever made a key move by reappointing Stephanie White as head coach. White, a former player and coach with deep ties to Indiana, brings a wealth of experience and an understanding of the franchise's culture. During her previous tenure with the Fever, she led the team to the 2015 WNBA Finals with a solid 37-31 record. With her leadership and ability to develop talent, White is the perfect coach to guide the Fever into a new era of success.